everyone, I'm T-Junkie, and welcome back to part 21. In this part, what we're going to do is finishing off making the options menu, and what I mean by that is we've already completed the options menu, but some of those values need to carry over in game. So what we need to do, and then after that, because that shouldn't take too long, we're going to create a new scene which we're going to use for our splash screen. So when they're loading up the game, it comes with your splash image, then it goes to main menu. So what I want to do is I want to go to test level. I want to save that, yes. I want to find my FPS controller. Oh, I'm already at my FPS controller, that's why. I'm in games view, that's why. There we go. Now what we need to do is we need to create a new script. I'm going to call it the audio video script. The audio video script. Now I'm going to edit this. We don't really need the there. Update function. We don't need that. What I want to do is I want to do a public camera game camera. Then what I want to do is I want to start. I'm going to say if player prefs, not player HUD, prefs dot has key game volume. And then we're going to say if player prefs dot has key FOV. And what I say in here is audio listener dot volume is equal to player prefs dot get float. If you choose your game volume, that's what it'll be. And then in game field of view, so you have game field of view, you want to do game camera dot field of view equals player prefs dot get float field of view. Now with that done, save that off and go into our Unity and then drag this audio video script onto our FPS controller and then drag, because the FPS controller is the camera, I believe. No, first person character is the camera. So what I do is I want to grab this and put it on there. Now if we click play, as you can hear my volume. Now if I go off this, file save scene, if I go to my scenes and then click main menu, then I click play, and then I'm going to change my volume. So I'm going to change my volume to really quiet. So we should be, so if this works, we should barely hear anything. As you can tell, we can barely hear the steps. Now I'm going to go turn the volume back up. Much louder. So now we know that script works. But as a future, as another test, I am going to go options, graphics. I'm going to change my field of view to insanely sickly wide. And then I'm going to load game, load my character. And it works. And this is actually already hurting my eyes. That's terrible. I'm sorry, everyone. Now, what we're going to do is, apart from the fact that I'm now going to change my field of view back because this is god awful. Now what we need to do is save the scene, save your project, so you don't lose anything. Now I'm going to create a new scene. So we're going to do a file, new scene, a file, save scene as, and in my scenes I'm just going to call it splash screen. Now that's done, don't need a directional light because there's no point. And then I'm going to create a new script. So this script is going to be called splash script. Reload all. Now for this splash script, what we need to do is we need to have a image, because I'm going to have an image on mine. So I want to do a public texture 2D, and I'm going to call this splash image. And then what we need to do is we don't need this update because we don't. And now this one here we need to change to an enumerator start. And then we'll say yield return new. I'm going to say wait 4 seconds, and I'm going to say I'm going to wait it for 5 seconds. So basically what this means is this yield return new, wait for seconds, is saying it's going to yield, it's going to basically stop for 5 seconds, wait for the 5 seconds I've set here, before continuing the rest. So in here I want to say application dot, using Unity engine dot system, using scene management. There we go. So say scene manager dot load scene, and then I want to load main menu, because after the seconds you can load the main menu. Now what I want to do on the other hand is I need a void GUI, void on GUI, void on GUI, and I need to draw my texture. So GUI dot draw texture is a new rect, and I want to have a screen dot width. Now this is the tricky bit. I actually have an image which I'm going to be using. It's going to be this one here. Now if I go to my properties and click details, it's 720 tall, but it's 1 to 80 wide, so that's 640. If I worked that out right, yes, 640. So I want to have that divided by 2 minus 640, so it's centered, and I have it screen dot height divided by 2 minus, and at the moment I'm on 720 high, isn't it? Yes, 720. So 720 divided by 2 is 360. So I want to say minus 360. Then I have that. Looking at my image, 1 to 80 by 720. So 1 to 80, and then 720, and then underscore. No, not underscore. Sorry, splash image. Now with that done, we can save that off. go into our Unity project, drag our splash script onto the main camera, and now what I need to do is import my image. So if I go GUI, I just put it in the GUI textures folder. So I drag that in here, and I'm going to rename that to splash image, and then I'm going to have it as a GUI point true color apply. So it's perfect. Now if I launch this, it's going to come up with an error, by the way. Null. Sorry, I'm going to put that in there. It's going to come up with an error again. So if you wait 5 seconds, and then it actually worked. Usually you have to add it to the scene view. Alright, anyway, to my splash screen, I don't want this in the background. I want a pure black background. So if I click main camera, I'm just going to say solid color, and the solid color is going to be black. Now, because I am very cautious when it comes to this sort of thing, I want to add that open scene, drag that to number 1, splash screen main menu test level, and then what I want to do is I'm going to build and run this just to test that it's all working. So we should get the Unity, then we should get, I'll have it as 1600 by 900 should be fine, and it's windowed. 1440. I'll just use this resolution for now. And click play. We should have the Unity. There we go. Then we should have our image come up. That's our image. And now it should go to the main menu. There we go. And that's how you create a splash image. I'm TJK. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.